Okay. Today's lesson is seeds. Seed also known as ripened ovule. Seed also known as
Ripen ovule.
ripened ovule. The ovule after fertilization develop into seeds. A typical seed found in gymnosperms and angiosperms only. In different groups of plants, which plant groups have seeds? Gymnosperms and angiosperms develop seeds. Seeds have three parts: the seed coat, the embryo, the endosperm. The seed coat is developed from dust. The integument of the ovule develop into seed coat. Integuments in ovule are of two types: outer integument and inner integument. The outer integument develop into testa and the inner integument develop into tegmen. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So inside the ovule, this is the outer integument and this is the inner integument. Then the sporogenous tissue present inside the ovule known as nucellus. The nucellus is generally used up during development of embryo. The nucellus usually used up during development of the embryo. But in some seeds, some nucellus left after the formation of seed. Actually, the nucellus, all nucellus used up. But in some cases, some nucellus remain inside the seed. That remnant nucellus in the seed is known as perisperm. So what is perisperm? The remnant persistent nucellus. The remnant persistent nucellus in the seed is known as perisperm, found in case of black pepper, found in case of black pepper, betel nuts, castor. In this case, perisperms are found. What is perisperm? Yes, usually all the nucellus used up during development of the embryo, but in some cases, some nucellus remain inside the seed. That persistent nucellus is known as perisperm, found in case of black pepper, betel nut, and castor. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come to the structure of seed. The outer protecting covering of the seed is known as seed coat, develops from the integuments of the ovule. Already we have discussed. The seed is attached to the fruit wall. The seed is attached to the fruit wall by means of a stalk known as, who can say, known as funicle. Known as funicle. Just recall the structure of the ovule. The stalk of the ovule is known as funicle. The ovule, when convert into seed, the funicle help in attachment of the seed with the fruit wall. Yes or no? The point of attachment of the funicle to the body of the ovule is known as, the point of attachment of funicle to the body of the ovule is known as
Placenta.
Hilum. Placenta is present in the wall of the ovary, but this part, I'm asking this part, where the funicle attached to the body of the ovule. What is that? Hilum.
Hilum.
Hilum remain also in the seed. A small opening or a pore known as micropyle present just near the hilum. A small opening is present near just the hilum, which also remain in the seed, which is the way of entry, path of the entry of the water into the seed. The micropyle also remain in the seed. Is it clear? So the seed has a seed coat, then has a funicle or stalk by which the seed is attached to the wall of the fruit. The hilum is also present in the seed. where the funicle attached to the body of the seed. Then a small pore also remain in the seed known as micropyle. Is it clear?
Okay.
Then come to the embryo part. Inside the seed, there is the embryo and endosperm. Inside the seed, there are embryo and endosperm. Embryo represents the future plant. Yes or no? From the embryo, the plant is formed from the seed. Each embryo has an embryonic axis. Each embryo has an embryonic axis. You can say it is tigellum. To which two cotyledons are attached in case of dicot. To the embryonic axis, two cotyledons are attached in case of dicot. Suppose this is the embryonic axis and these are the two cotyledons attached in case of dicot seed. Yes or no? But in case of monocot seed, there are single cotyledon. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Cotyledon is the reserve food. Cotyledon is the reserve food which provide the food or nourishment to the embryonic axis which will form the future plant. Okay, the region of the embryonic axis above the cotyledon is known as epicotyle. The region of the embryonic axis below the cotyledon is known as
Hypocotyle.
the tip of the epicotyle is known as
Plumule.
plumule. The tip of the hypocotyle is known as radicle. But in case of monocot, to the embryonic axis, a single large cotyledon is attached. The single large cotyledon is known as
Scutellum.
scutellum. Very good. The single large cotyledon in case of monocot embryo is called scutellum. Over.
Yes, sir.
The rudimentary cotyledon present here known as epiblast. The rudimentary cotyledon present here known as epiblast. Okay. Other than the embryo, endosperm is present in the seed also. Depending upon the presence or absence of endosperm, there are two types of seeds. Actually, the endosperm provide nourishment to the developing embryo. If all the endosperm are used up during embryo formation, then no endosperm remain in the seed. If no endosperm remain in the seed, all the endosperm is used up during the embryo development. That is known as X albuminous seed. X albuminous seed or non-endospermic seed. So where the endosperm used up? If there is no endosperm remain in the seed, that means endosperm goes where? The endosperm fully consumed during embryo development. Yes or no? The endosperm fully consumed during embryo development. That's why no endosperm remain in the seed. That type of seed is known as non-endospermic seed. So remember, usually the dicot seeds are non-endospermic seeds, but some exceptions are also there. Usually the dicot seeds are usually non-endospermic seed. Some exceptions are there. Example, castor. Castor is a dicot. It's exception. Castor is a dicot, but without endosperm. No, but having endosperm. But having endosperm. Usually dicots have no endosperm, but castor is a dicot which has endosperm. Clear? Then some other seeds where endosperm remain, endosperm present. All the endosperm is not used during embryo development. Endosperm still remain in the seed. That type of seed is known as albuminous seed. albuminous seed or endospermic seeds. Example, usually monocot seeds have large amount of endosperm. Monocot seeds have large amount of endosperm, but some exceptions are there. Orchids are monocots but without endosperm. Orchids are monocots but without endosperm. Usually monocots have large amount of endosperm in the seed, but orchids are monocots without endosperm. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
तामाने dicot seeds are usually endospermic and non-endospermic.
Endospermic.
Dicot seeds are usually non-endospermic.
Yes, sir. Non-endospermic, sir.
Okay, but exceptions are there. Endospermic dicot seeds are, example, castor, that is NCERT given castor, but you can remember other example, papaya. Papaya also dicot but having endosperm. Is it clear? Monocots are usually endospermic and non-endospermic.
Endospermic.
Endospermic. Non-endospermic monocots are, example, orchids I have given. You can remember another example, money plant, you know money plant, or Vallisneria. Vallisneria you can remember. It is a hydrophyte. Yes or no? So this is all about your seed. Then why seed formation occurs? One paragraph given in the NCERT book. Why seed formation occurs, or what is the value of the seed, significance of the seed? Seed is very important for plant dispersal. Seed may transported from one place to another place. In that way, it help in plant dispersal. Seeds can give rise to the whole plant body. Yes or no? It has a sufficient food reserve for the future plant formation till the plant will be photosynthetic. The seeds contain sufficient food reserve for the plantlet, for the growing seedlings till they become photosynthetic. Okay. Seeds are the rich sources of carbohydrate and proteins, provide 90% of world's food directly or indirectly. 90% of world's food come from the seeds. आम सीड खाई ही बंचुचंती. Seeds remain dehydrate condition or dormant condition. Seeds become dehydrate and remain in dormant condition during unfavorable condition till the favorable condition comes. So seeds can be stored for longer period of time. Why they will not degrade? Because they are in dormant condition, dehydrate condition. We can store the seeds for longer period of time. In a next growing season, it can be used. Okay. So these are the significance of seed formation. You can write it from the NCERT book. Then viability of the seeds. Seeds remain viable for few months only. But we can store the seeds for years. in the presence of liquid nitrogen or at a low temperature. That preservation of the seeds in the seed bank is known as cryopreservation. The seed can be stored for years at a low temperature. That process of preservation of seed in the seed bank is known as cryopreservation. But naturally also some seeds has been discovered which remain viable for longer period of time. One example, Lupinus arcticus. Lupinus arcticus, excavated from Arctic tundra. Low temperature area. The seed remain viable, Lupinus arcticus seeds remain viable for 10,000 years. It remain in dormant condition for 10,000 years. Lupinus arcticus, lupin plant. Another plant discovered, another seed discovered, that is of date palm. Scientific name Phoenix dactylifera. This seeds discovered from King Herod's palace near Dead Sea. This seed was remain viable for 2,000 years. That means it can remain viable for 10,000 years, 2,000 years. The oldest seed discovered, that is known as Lupinus arcticus from Arctic tundra. Remember this. Okay. How many seeds? Number of seeds. How many seeds present in a fruit? In a fruit, there may be a single seed depending upon the ovule. Yes or no? But orchids, very small fruits are there. They have large number, thousands of seeds, thousands of tiny seeds in their fruits. Some parasitic plants are there known as orobank and striga. These are parasitic plants. They have also large number, thousands of seeds in their fruits. You know the ficus banyan plant? They have also a small fruit, but in that small fruits, hundreds of seeds are present in a small fruits. You know the papaya? There are also hundreds of seeds in the papaya. So this is about all about your seeds and fruits. Okay. Then come to the term apomixis. It is a special mechanism in which seeds are formed without fertilization. If seeds are formed without fertilization, it is a sexual method or asexual method. If no fertilization takes place, that means asexual method. This is not a sexual method. So apomixis is a form of asexual method that mimics the sexual reproduction. Why? Now, because seeds are the product of sexual reproduction only, na? So apomixis is a type of asexual method of reproduction which mimic the sexual reproduction. Mimic means mimicry. Because seeds are formed during sexual methods only. But in asexual method also, seeds can be developed by apomixis process. Apomixis is found in many plant species. Example species of Asteraceae. Remember these two family. Asteraceae and grasses, Gramini family. Asteraceae and grasses apomixis is usually found. As through apomixis, seeds are developed without fertilization, so they do not permit any segregation of characters. Segregation of characters not found means no variations are found. Is it clear? It maintains the genetic purity of the mother plant. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Where from the seeds are developed? There are different methods actually. Actually, you know the ovule will convert into seed. Yes or no? When the
Yes, sir.
when the ovule will convert into seed without fertilization, it may leads to development of many embryo also inside the single seed. If that condition is known as polyembryony. That condition is known as polyembryony.
Sir, ଟିକେ ଆଉ ଥରେ କହିଦେବେ.
Suppose this is the ovule. Inside the ovule, zygote is formed. From the zygote, embryo may form. Yes or no? Zygote is developed after fertilization only. But in this case, the nucellus may directly behave as embryo. So if the nucellus directly behave as embryo, then many embryos may form inside a single seed. That condition is known as polyembryony. If many embryos are formed a single seed, that condition known as polyembryony. Now, where from the embryos are formed? From the nucellus cells, maybe from the nucellus cells, maybe from the synergids, maybe from the antipodal cells, but usually nucellus cells may develop into embryos. Polyembryony most commonly found in gymnosperms. In angiosperms also polyembryony found. Where? Example? Citrus, given in your NCERT book, citrus. In orange, lemon, polyembryony may found. Okay.
Yes.
But
Sir, polyembryo रे sir जमारू embryo नथिबो.
polyembryony means more than one embryo found in one ovule or one seed. जमारू embryo नथिबो नुह, बहुत गुडे embryo थिबो. So from a single seed, many plants may be formed. बुझि पाइलो नहीं? गोटे ओव्यूल भितरे गोटे सीड भितरे गोटे एम्ब्रियो थाए ना, आ गोटे एम्ब्रियो अछि बोली गोटे सीड गोटे प्लांट तैयारी होउची. जदि गोटे सीड भितरे मोर देन वन एम्ब्रियो रहिबो त हम कोन करि परिबा? Many plants can be produced from a single seed. Yes or no? That polyembryony matlab many embryos are present in the same seed. So many plants can be formed from a single seed. Is it clear? Polyembryony most commonly found in gymnosperms, also found in angiosperms in case of citrus. Today we call it lemon and orange. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.